Hey everybody, it's Jason Shadwick here with Premier Guitar, and we're back again with another gear demo, and we're joined by Kenny from Blackstar. How are you, man?
Good. How are you doing, Jason?
I'm great. Great to see you again.
Good to see you
and,
too.
We're going to be talking about the ID Core line of amps.
That is correct.
So we know there are several in this line. We pulled out one specifically to demo today. So tell us a little bit about the one we're listening to and kind of the expansiveness of the line.
Yes. So this is the ID Core version 3, ID Core V3. It's an updated version of one of the best-selling amps that we have, which was the V2 ID Core. But it has some different updates in sounds and all these accessibility to new software that allows you to edit and save different presets and whatnot in the controls. So what I have here is the ID Core V310, which is a 10-watt version. And we also have the 20 and the 40, which you can imagine it's a 20-watt version and the 40-watt version.
Yeah.
All three versions are actually true wide stereo. So it's a small little amp, but it actually has two speakers in it. So one 5-watt speaker of each, and then 20 is 10 watts each, and then 20 watts each for the 40-watt versions. And they all have the same controls, but they're just louder with bigger speakers. But the sound options and accessibilities are still all the same. So
Gotcha.
Same thing, it's a great entry-level amp, but with professional grade sound and usability. So yeah, we were just listening to the crunch sound on this thing, but it has 6 other, or 7, including this one. There's a total of 6 sounds, and from clean to scream, as we call it, and 12 true wide stereo effects, including reverb and pan delays and chorus, envelope filters, all these fun stuff. So it's got a lot of cool features.
For people who aren't familiar with kind of the control set, can you kind of walk us through
Absolutely.
the control set along the top?
Yes. Let's see. Sorry. This is it. So here's the controls. So it's a very small control panel here. This only just gain, volume, and EQ, which is, we call it the ISF, infinite shape feature, where basically from the far left it kind of gets into the more the American, like kind of scooped tie low into sparkly highs, and then go towards to the very right, it gets into the more of the British kind of like chewy mid-range voice, and you could fine tune it and get like the perfect marriage of both, right? And you could always dive in deep with bass and treble, middle, and all that stuff using the Architect software, which we'll get into later. But this is a very simple setup here, and then these allows you to switch between different effects and whatnot, and the amount of the effects, right? Tab tempo, built-in tuner, and you can switch different voices here. And then here's a cool thing here, is it says line in streaming. So by using a TRRS cable, 3.5 millimeter plug that into your respected iPhone or smartphone, you could use this as an audio interface to record directly into your phone and also stream into any social media platform. So you could get a really high quality sound without compromising any weird noises coming from the outside or anything like that. So it's kind of very modern feature, and we've been incorporating this line-in streaming options on other Blackstar products, but this is definitely one of them as well. So you could get a lot of cool sounds if you're writing riffs and you come up with something cool, and if you want to record yourself playing it so that you could remember your fingerings and all that stuff, you could always just plug it straight into your phone, press record, and you get a high quality sound, and you can still record, and you don't have to worry about syncing it on a third party software. It's always going to be there no matter what. So it's very, very useful, and it's action packed with a lot of stuff. So yeah, and then again, like this feature goes across to the ID Core V3 20 and the 40.
Can you kind of walk us through some of the different amp sounds?
Absolutely, I will. So let's go to the full-on clean. bright, which is a cleaner, but a little bit brighter. So you could get that little bit of that sparkly clean in there. You could get into the crunch mode, which you were hearing. And the super crunch is just a thicker version of that. And then OD1, OD2 is like more into the more metal territory. So this is a little bit more of the mid-focused, kind of chuggy. Turn off the reverb. So you could cover a lot of ground with all this sounds, and the it's true wide stereo. So I only have one mic set up for this particular for this interview, but you could technically have two microphones mic'd up, and you could hear the wide range, wide stereo effect of delay. Like you could do like a ping pong delay, which is really fun, and reverb too. So if you're sitting in front of it and playing the delays with the multi-delay, it could really hear like the stereo imaging, which is really, really cool, even at this small package at 10 watt in a entry-level amp.
So you have the delay and reverb, and then you have a mod button. What was it, chorus? What effects are under that mod section?
Yes, so let me switch over to the software, which we'll get into now.
Okay.
This allows me to quickly get access to different effects, right? And just let's get to, so there's a hidden feature of the noise gate if you get access to this new software called the Architect software, which is free if you go to blackstaramps.com, and you could download the software there. And if you download that, you could open a whole new floodgate of features of all of our products, but especially the ID Core V3. So there's a hidden noise gate, which is nice. And then in the modulations, there are different options for, I hope you can see this, maybe not, no you can't. Okay, so there is phaser, flanger, envelope, and tremolo. So there's phaser, flanger, envelope filter, and tremolo. So you could access to that, and you could just turn, like a real pedal, you could just click on the switch, the virtual foot switch, and allows you to go between different modulations. And same thing with the delay. Delay has 4 different ones. There's a multi-delay, which gets into that whole cool stereo ping pong, tape, analog, and linear. And reverb has room, hall, and plate, and spring, just like a lot of those other products that we have for our amps. And then, as you can see on the EQ, there's bass, middle, and treble control that you could get access to, so you could really tone shape your sound in there, and also has a resonance and presence knob that is universal throughout the whole voices of things.
Gotcha.
Which is pretty cool. And another feature that we just released is called the cab rig. This one's the light version, which it's our version of an impulse response of our own ways. You cannot upload your own, but we have plenty of options, from 110 combo to 212s to 412 oversized, and everything in between. There's a lot of different 1, 2, 3, 4, like over 10 different cabs, and 3 different mic options: dynamic, condenser, and ribbon. And you could switch them between off axis and on axis. So you could hear all that stuff if you listen to it through your headphones, right? And you could turn off the speaker while you're listening into it in the headphones. If you're running it using this as an audio interface via USB, you could use this as an audio interface, because since the speakers are full resolution, it's not made, it's like you could use it as monitoring when you're recording using your respective DAW. So a lot of cool little hidden features that we highly recommend getting the Architect software. Again, it's free. Just go on the
free,
website.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, free 99.
So what'll be the different price points for the 3 different sizes of amp?
Yeah, so the ID Core V310 is $129.99, and then the 20 watt is $179.99, and then the 40 watt is $279.99.
Got it.
And
they all mirror the same features, just
same exact
power.
features, same
Yep.
sounds, exactly louder, bigger speaker, but the same exact features. Same, you could get access to all that stuff. And I gotta say, like, just having this, it gets me like really comfortable, and like I don't have to worry about plugging into like a multi-effects or anything like that. I just plug this shit into it and use it as an audio interface to record a bunch of ideas. And essentially this is made for an entry-level amp or entry-level player, but even a professional musician could really enjoy these features and sounds. So yeah.
And when will they be available?
Now.
Now.
Perfect. So go talk to your nearest music store of your choice and talk to them about the ID Core V3, and if any other questions, contact blackstaramps.com, and we're always available. And we're always putting out a bunch of cool content on our YouTube page and whatnot, and our Instagram and whatnot too. So you could always hear some cool little options and features in there.
All right, Kenny, we're going to have you play us out, but thanks again
Heck yeah,
for joining us and showing us the new amps. This is
Cool.
Jason Shadrick with Premier Guitar.